Hello, this is Licia Chong and I want to welcome you to this video. And I want to talk to you about my morning routine. I've learned from successful men and women in business that they all have a morning routine. In fact, they all have a daily routine that they stick to. So what do? Well, I have a big glass of water like this next to my bed. And I drink this the first thing I do when I wake up. And the reason for that is I believe that, while we are sleeping, our body is building up toxins, and it's 6-8 hours or however long you sleep for, and that needs to be drained out of our body, and water helps with that, right? And 50% of our body weight is water. And I also take a couple of vitamin C pills, and I take an antioxidant pill, which I believe really helps with the cleansing and helps build up my body resistance. So then what I do is I go and freshen up and make coffee. I'm a coffee drinker for many years, and so I still love drinking coffee, and that's what I do, make some coffee. Then I go and sit in my lounge and I read my statement of definite purpose. Now, this is what I've learned. This is something I've learned from the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And for those of you who are in the network marketing business and online marketing business in MLMs, I think you are very, very fortunate to have been introduced to this book. Now, I was only introduced to this book, believe it or not, a couple of years ago when I came into the online marketing world. I have never been introduced to this book in all my years as a corporate executive. Shame. That is really a shame. Anyway, I believe in his teaching in this book, and I know a lot of successful people believe in this book and practice what it says. It's not just reading it, but practicing what it says. And in this book, he in fact, I've even marked it here on page 71 of my version, and he's given us the 6 steps to stimulate your subconscious mind, and he's given us an example of a statement that we can use to read about 3 times a day to stimulate our subconscious mind to help us think and grow rich. And it starts off by saying, suppose you want to accumulate $50,000 by the 1st of January, 5 years from now. So this is what your written statement of your purpose will say. By the first day of January 20 whatever, I will have in my possession X amount of dollars. So here in this example, $50,000, which will come to me in various amounts from time to time during the interim. And in return for this money, I will give the most efficient service of which I'm capable, rendering the fullest possible quantity and the best possible quality of service in a capacity of salesman or whatever you do. And it goes on a little bit more. And so this is a statement of definite purpose that I read, and I read it 3 times a day. And then I go into a time where I focus my mind, and he teaches us how to focus our mind and concentrate on the person that we want to become. The person that we want to become. And to help that, I use some visualization tools. Some people use a vision board. Now, I use what I call the vision album. Okay, it's a little photo album, and then I put in there pictures of things I want to have in my life. Obviously, to help me with my visualization, I have pictures of happy couples because I want a really happy and vibrant relationship with a man who loves me and I love him. And I want money. I want to go to places. I love to travel. I want to give back to the world. I want to speak, and so on and so forth. So this is in my album. And the reason I built this album is because, I travel a lot for my business. And I can carry this with me everywhere I go. Even if it's just a train journey to another town or a bus journey, and you can carry this with you. For those of you who work, you can bring this with you to work, and at lunchtime, while you're eating your lunch or taking a break, you can just flip through this album to help you with your visualization. And if you want something that is bigger, not a vision board, then you can also build a bigger album. And these are just simply plastic folders, and you can put in there the pictures that you want, and you clip it together, and you can change these pictures out, you can add to it, you can whatever you want to do with it. And this is another visualization album that I use. And while I'm going through these pictures, what I also do is to practice affirmations. Now, this is taught by a man called Noah St. John. We all are familiar with affirmations. So we say things like, I'm rich, or I'm successful, I'm the best, I'm the best, whatever you want to say, I'm great. Things like that we say to ourselves. And what Noah teaches is to put these affirmations into a question starting with the word why. So I would say, why am I so successful? Why am I so rich? Why is money so magnetized to me? Why am I with the right people at the right time, in the right places, doing the right things? Why do I have a list of professional, successful people who are waiting to work with me? Why do I travel first class everywhere I go? And so on and so forth. So you just put your affirmations, which are written in a positive way, into a question starting with the word why. And the reason is this. When we want to find something, for example, we want to find an answer to how do I train myself for a triathlon? Or how do I bake a carrot cake? Or how do I, what is the best hotel to book in Istanbul? Whatever you want to find, what do? You go to the computer and you Google something, right? You search for an answer. And Google will then search the whole World Wide Web and bring you the answer. And Noah believes that our subconscious mind is like a computer. When we ask it a question, it has to find an answer. Why is the sky so blue? Your mind is already saying, why is a sky so blue? Why does an aeroplane fly? Why isn't there a pink elephant ever? Your mind has to go and find an answer. It can't just leave it there, usually, right? Unless we are lazy and we just go, whatever. And so our mind is just like that. And therefore, when we ask what we want with a question, it just goes out there and make things happen because that's the answer you want. You want to be successful. You want to earn $30,000 this month. Whatever you want, your mind, when you ask it in an affirmation, it will help you find the answer. And I can tell you that it's happened to me. It's happened to me. I've been upgraded when I fly. I've been invited to Mastermind for free because I say, why am I being invited to Mastermind for free? Seriously, it's happened to me. Okay? For those of you who know Ray Higdon, you may know that he's invited me to attend his Mastermind for free. Okay? It's happened. So I do my visualization. I do my affirmations. As I flip through the album, I may say out my affirmations, or I may also write it out. So that's what I do. And then the last thing that I do during my morning routine, as Tony Robbins call it, your hour of power, is I read. Okay, I read something. And this last week, I've started a commitment to read the book called The Greatest Secret in the World. The Greatest Secret in the World is based on a book called The Greatest Salesman in the World, and they're both written by Og Mandino. And that book is based on a story of a very rich and successful businessman, and he left his servant 10 scrolls which talks about the secret of success, or the secret of how to become the greatest salesman in the world. Because his servant wants to be just like his master, rich and successful. And so Og in the book The Greatest Secret in the World has taken these scrolls and he has set out a routine for us to follow. And that is really, there are 10 scrolls, but the first scroll is just instructions. So there are 9 other scrolls containing the secret. And you take one scroll and you read it 3 times a day, 5 times a week for 5 weeks. So for 9 scrolls, it will take you 45 weeks. Sounds daunting? Maybe. Sounds too simple? Maybe. But you know what? Simple works. Simple works. So I've committed myself to this, and I've just finished my first week of reading The Greatest Secret in the World 3 times a day for 5 days a week. And in a separate video recording, and you can find that here below, is my reading of that scroll and my commentary for the first week, and I invite you to join me there. So this is my morning routine, and I do not include exercise in my morning routine, although I exercise every day, because I actually go to my personal trainer around noon time about 3 times a week, and then the other rest of the week I go for a run in the evening. So that's my morning routine, and I invite you to share with me what you do. Leave a comment below, and if you find this interesting, share it with your friends. But I would really love to get tips from you of how you are successful and what is your morning routine. Because if there's one thing about me, I love to learn. I love to learn from anyone who can give me great tips. So this is Licia Chong signing off, and I really love to hear from you. Talk to you soon.